What's the most ridiculous first world problem you've seen people get worked up over?
I once knew a mom who was legitimately devastated to the point of tears, grief, because a doctor predicted her 8-year-old daughter's final height to be around 5'12", which wasn't tall enough to get cast as Belle at Disney World. That was the child's and her mother's only dream in life. Apparently, didn't appreciate my suggestion that she could be Minnie or Mickey. Lol, only a face character would do.
My boss from about a decade ago was this insanely rich dude who always went to the bank to get fresh and crisp currency. He'd call the bank in advance to make sure they had some on hand. I think he was a germaphobe. He had a trash can that he'd throw $1 and $5 bills in that he thought was dirty, and regularly just donated it versus spending it. I asked him why he did this, and he said it was too much trouble and asked if I wanted it. I said fuck yeah, dumped it into my bag, and when I got home it was close to $400 in singles and fives. Edit. Ho didn't expect such a response. Another time, he wanted to upgrade all the computers in his studio, so we went to a store and bought 10 PCs. They all had $150 mail and rebates, and he wasn't bothered to go through the trouble of mailing them in. 3 weeks later I received $1,500 after spending a whole afternoon filling out all those goddamn forms.
I work in a public library. People will get so mad if they have to be put on a wait list for a book, a popular book that just came out. Okay, our services are not only free, but so are the books. You're welcome, assholes.
The blue of the balloons wasn't quite the same as the bridesmaid sashes. Years ago my wife and I attended a wedding. It was very low-key. The dinner was in the dining hall at the university where the couple met. Cinder block walls and all. It was a Baptist wedding, no booze and very serious. The dark blue balloons attempting to liven up the hall were a slightly darker shade of blue than the sashes on the bridesmaids' dresses. The bride lost her shit and absolutely raved for nearly an hour. I can't remember how they finally managed to talk her down.
Rich neighbors who end up in expensive court battles because they disagree about where a tree can be planted or whether the color of a fence fits in with the street's amenity. These disputes get really heated and rack up huge lawyers' bills. The most pathetic part is after the judgment when they are arguing about who should pay the other party's costs. Lots of affidavits filed citing the emotional distress they had to endure, or painting themselves as brave warriors who were forced to take a stand to fight for justice. Also lots of pompous litigants insisting that the judge refer to them by their doctor title. An absolutely insane dumpster fire of entitled rich people problems.
Having to pull off to the side to wait for a drive-through order to be brought out to you because your food isn't ready and there's a line building up behind you.
Anything Starbucks related. Holiday cups, Star Rewards points reset, paid forward etiquette, whatever.
Any freak out at a fast food joint.
Apple versus Android. Get a life.